everyone, and thank you all for tuning in to our All of Us Online Cafe today. My name is Kelsey Mahaffey, and I am the Project Director for FiftyForward's All of Us Research Program. And I am here today outside in Nashville at the beautiful Centennial Park. And I'm excited to come to you live today with Vera Coleman, who is one of our peer ambassadors for FiftyForward with the All of Us Research Program. And I always love talking with Vera. She is so passionate and has such a rich history, including research, and I think you all will just really enjoy hearing what she has to say today. So before we talk with Vera, we just want to remind all of you out there what the All of Us Research Program is. So this is a new initiative out of the National Institutes of Health, and we are seeking to enroll 1 million people living in the United States, and they heard us right, Vera, right? 1 million people. That's a big number. That's a lot of folks. But that is what we are looking for, and the hope is that we get health information from a diverse group of people living in the United States, and that we will be able to combine this health information into a database. And so in the future, when researchers need to study diseases, whatever it is they want to study, they will be able to access this rich resource of information. And so that's what we're trying to build and trying to create with the All of Us Research Program. Of course, FiftyForward is a national community partner with the program. We have been doing this for 3 years now, providing education and outreach for the All of Us Research Program. And we're so excited that we've moved into year 4. We've gotten some funds to keep on going, keep on plugging along with the All of Us Research Program. So we're excited about that. You can always learn more at our website, which is joinallofus.org/FiftyForward. That's joinallofus.org/FiftyForward, and we'll repeat that website at the end of our video. But for now, let's talk to Vera. So I did want to start out and just ask Vera. I think she would know the answer to this question. I think she knows more than me sometimes about the All of Us Research Program. But do you know, Vera, how many people we have enrolled so far? How many of this 1 million have we gotten to join?
Kelsey, I'm proud to say that we are over 300,000 persons in participants in the program that have enrolled, and so we're a third of the way there. Think about it. That's about 100,000 people a year.
Yep, that is great. That is wonderful.
Yes.
That is right. Over 350,000 that we have enrolled so far in the All of Us Research Program across the nation. So that is very, very exciting. And we're looking to get even more of you and get that 1 million number.
Yes.
And we apologize if we have noise, but for safety, Vera and I are outside and staying 6 feet apart, making sure that we are doing all we can to keep safe. So if you hear some background noise every once in a while, we do apologize. But we want to go ahead and start in, and I want to ask Vera the first question because she has a fascinating work history. But let's just start, Vera, and you just introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself and part of your background, which is in research,
yes.
I know. So go ahead and tell us about you.
All right. Thanks, Kelsey, for the opportunity to share in the All of Us Online Cafe. And I guess you could say my involvement in research started when I was in college. So my senior project involved research, and then after college, I was employed at Meharry Medical College in the pathology department, and that was clinical and research. So I was involved with that, and I stayed there 2 to 3 years. And at that point in 1964, I started my career at Vanderbilt University again at the medical school in the Department of Biochemistry, and from there worked there several years and in research again. And at that point, I moved to the Department of Molecular Biology, which was in the College of Arts and Sciences. Here again, research. And so you might just say I had almost 30 years in research between the two institutions. So I guess you could say research is in my blood.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had an inquisitive mind. Actually, my plan was to go to med school.
Yeah,
And it never
that.
did materialize. Yes. I was a chemistry and biology major in college. So.
Wonderful. So you all can see why sometimes I feel Vera knows a whole lot more than me about the All of Us research program with the fabulous background that she has had in research. So Vera, why don't you tell us where you first heard about the All of Us research program and what appealed to you about the program? What made you want to join?
Okay. When I first heard of the program, All of Us Research, I heard it on CNN. And it was just telling about the National Institutes of Health, and I thought, and that caught my attention, and I'll tell you why. And then I saw a blurb in the Tennessee, and I said, well, I want to make a mental note of that, so when they have the launch, I will participate. Well, I don't know how I missed the launching that you had here in Nashville, but I came across the Focus magazine from
Forward Focus.
the Forward Focus, and I saw that I had missed the launching, and so I thought, oh my goodness! But I saw your name, and I saw a number, and I said, I'm going to call her. And a day, it was about 24 hours later, and then you called, and I told you that I was interested in the program because that NIH was a part of the funding when I was in research at Vanderbilt. Right. So I knew I had a speaking knowledge of NIH. And we made the appointment, and so I guess I'll just say the rest is just history.
Yeah.
Because later when I saw and when I understood the mission of All of Us, I knew I had to be involved.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful that you picked up that phone and that I responsibly called you back. I'm so glad because Vera did. She walked in and I helped a little bit and helped her join just with the technical piece with the All of Us research program because it is an online enrollment, which can be scary for some people that aren't used to computers. But as I was walking through and hearing your story, and I was just thinking in my head, oh my goodness, I've hit the jackpot. I've got to get this woman to be a volunteer with us for the All of Us research program. So I am so grateful that
I am grateful.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's been wonderful. So, and because, Vera, that you have such an extensive knowledge base of research, what is it that you think makes the All of Us research program different than other research studies?
Well, actually, the information about the program, it presented me with an aha moment, because now this study, All of Us Research, is the largest cohort of its kind that I've heard of, and especially with the vision of desiring to have target of 1 million people. And I thought that this was certainly an intentional effort to do away with this one size fits all, because they saw right away that in healthcare we're not all the same. So of course the treatments, the prognosis and the diagnosis is not going to be the same for everybody. It's going to be varied. And so since that was the goal, I just felt like that I had to be a part of this intentional investigation and intentionality in the look to better the health of everyone.
Right.
Of everyone. And I know that that there have been groups that were underrepresented for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And my response to that is shame on them, but shame on me if I
Mhm.
don't take the opportunity
Right.
to not be held back by the past. Um, I see an opportunity to be at the table,
Yeah.
and I see an opportunity to spread the news to others
Yeah.
that they'll want to be at the table.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, we talk a lot about the diversity aspect.
Yes.
To me, that is
Yes.
one of the key aspects of the program that makes it so different
Yes.
and so unique is that we are targeting and
Yes.
and going after groups to invite them to the
Yes.
table, groups that
Yes.
have been,
Yes.
like you say, historically underrepresented,
Underrepresented.
and inviting them to the table with us to participate with us, and you know, it's the chance to be included. And it's one of the things I love so much about the
Yes.
program.
Yes.
And after doing this for 3 years now, our numbers are
Reflect.
I know
Yes.
they're so exciting, and they've stayed this way. That out of this 350,000 that we
Mhm.
have enrolled so far, we have got over 80%
Yes.
of the people that have enrolled are coming from underrepresented
Yes.
groups.
Yes.
And I mean, it gives me goosebumps
Yes.
almost to think about that. And even over 50% of that number is coming from racial and ethnic minorities.
That's
And so it warms my heart to know
Yes.
that it's working. What
Yes.
we're doing is working
Yes.
to get those groups
Yes.
included. So
Yes.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
So you spoke about how you feel like you are out there and talking to people
Yes.
and want to share this message
Yes.
with others. So
Yes.
how has that experience been for you? Being a peer ambassador
Yes.
for all of us. How has that been?
This spreading the message, quote unquote, this has got to be the best, truly my favorite part of the program,
Mhm.
is promoting the program.
Yeah.
I've seen the fruits of research. I've been involved in research. I believe in dedicated and intentional research. And I found that in promoting the program, one thing I've learned, Kelsey, and this is kind of an aha moment for me, in talking to individuals about the program, I have found not only am I talking, I do a lot of listening.
Yeah.
You've got to do a lot of listening.
Yeah.
I have got to hear where people are coming from. They have to understand that I understand
Mhm.
what they are saying. And I also have a story to tell because I have some health issues. And I have found that when people feel that you have had some experience in the things that they have experienced, then you have a captive audience.
Right.
You have a captive audience. And I always say to them, yes, there is a quota set, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not so much about the quota. I want you to enjoy good health.
Right. Right.
That's our vision. I think the underlying vision for the All of Us research program
Right.
is that everybody can be in good health.
Right. And not just them that you're speaking to,
Yeah,
but future, your
generation.
children and your
That's right.
grandchildren.
Exactly.
You know, this is a benefit for our future
Infinitum.
generations. Yeah.
Infinitum.
Yeah.
And we often say that there are a lot of questions that have no answers, but I think with the brevity of this research, we're going to have a lot of information if you don't have questions yet.
Yeah. I don't even know if we have all the questions yet.
Yes,
You know?
exactly.
What kind of
Exactly.
questions are we
That's
going to discover
exactly
that we
right.
even need to be
That's
asking?
exactly
So
right.
it's exciting.
It is
Yeah.
exciting.
So you, I know, have been so successful, like you say, talking with groups. What do you hear? What is the message that resonates with people that you speak with? What is it that they respond favorably to with the All of Us research program?
Okay. There are two things that I have to address.
The spider likes you.
That's the spider. Two things I need to address, and they are equally as important. Number one, your medical history, all of the surveys that you respond to about your family history, your environment, your health record, your biological samples, they're safe.
Yeah.
They're de-identified when they are submitted.
Right.
The researchers have been vetted,
Mm-hmm.
and so they have no idea
Right.
whose samples are what.
Right.
No
And
idea.
That's something you have experience in as a researcher.
As a researcher,
Because
exactly
you
right.
saw the samples
I saw the
in
samples.
research, how they
Yes.
were de-identified.
Yes. De-identified. And I think and the other thing that I think that is equally important, that, as we said earlier, yes, there is a quota set, but we are just as interested in the quality of your health.
Yeah.
And so I think when people, especially when you are presenting to people a new and novel concept, if you will, people have to feel that you're not just trying to meet a quota.
Right.
That you are genuinely interested in the quality of my health and my children and my future generations and people like me.
Right.
That we all can benefit from the research.
Right.
I think, as I said, I've got to be at the program.
Right.
I got to be at the table. I often say, yes, I'm a participant, but Kelsey, I'll go even further. I'm a partner.
Yeah.
I feel that it's a partnership.
Yeah.
Because I feel that the data that they get from us through the surveys and our biological samples and our electronic health records, they need that for this program to succeed.
Right.
Well, I need this program so that I can benefit from the findings and have a better quality of life.
Right.
So I think it's a wonderful partnership.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you mentioned that word, partner, because
Yes.
that's another aspect of the program that makes it unique.
Yes.
You know, it's not you're just a number in a research study. You do the fill out forms and you never hear from them again.
Yes.
This is a partnership. It's an ongoing, longitudinal, 10 years or more. Where the program actively seeks your participation on a continuous basis. So I love that you mentioned that. That's great. Okay, so on the flip side of that, what is it that you wish people would understand more about the program? If you're talking with people and it just doesn't speak to them right away, or maybe they're not understanding everything, because it's a complex thing to try to understand. So what is it that you wish people could better understand about all of us?
And better know is that when you hear NIH, National Institutes of Health, we know that's not located here.
Right.
It's not. But then you have local advocates. You've got Vanderbilt. You've got us.
Yes.
And so it's not that the distance is so far away. I want them to understand that if you have questions, not only is the data, the beta numbers that they have, you can go online and they will let you know from time to time when they release information, comparisons of how you fared with others in this survey. And so it's I guess I want to say that it's touchable.
Yes.
It's not something that's far-fetched.
Right.
I might hear from, and I do hear from persons that are interested. When will I hear from them?
Yeah.
And so we know that that some of the research has been halted because of the COVID-19 that we're in now. But I do appreciate, even with the COPE, when we the survey that they have, they're looking at all aspects of life, mental health, and it's been interesting to me to see how I stack up.
Right.
With my responses with people all over the nation.
Right.
So, it's just, I feel there's a nearness, even though we're at a point now where they're not doing a lot of the research. It has been halted, but there's a nearness.
Right.
That you don't feel like that your information's off in a hole somewhere and you'll never hear from it again.
Right. Right.
So they've adjusted to this period that we're in now. I like that.
Yeah.
But that's what research does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always thinking outside the box.
That's right. Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned the COPE survey.
Yes.
Because that's something I meant to say in my intro there, that, you know, yes, we're looking for 1 million people, but that does not mean we have to wait to get all of these 1 million people before good can be done right now.
Right.
And one of the things that the All of Us research program has done for COVID-19 research is to offer this COPE survey that Vera is talking about. And that went out to all of our participants, all 350,000, to measure things like your quality of life during this pandemic, your mental health, how you're doing, checking in with you, providing resources. If you're not doing well, here's numbers you can call.
Right.
So, you know, the program can do good now too. We're not just waiting until we get 1 million. So that's a great point.
Yes.
So really, I think that's about our time that we have today.
Okay.
Is there a question that you wish I would have asked you, or something that you would like to say before we wrap up our interview out here at Centennial Park?
Take advantage of the program. I think that you would be glad that you did join. And as you learn more about, as we learn more about it, then we can extend the invitation to our friends or some of our social groups. And then the other thing I really love about the program too is when we go to the health fairs and we are able to speak to just a variety of people in different settings. I think the setting is one thing when you've got a captive audience.
Yeah.
But when we go to the health fairs, people are just coming and going, you know. And so we have to work hard then.
Right. Yeah.
So the person can see that we are genuine in our efforts.
Right.
That we really do care about not only our health, the quality of our health, but the others too.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing. When people feel that you really care about them, they are more receptive to the message.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. That's a great note to end on, I think. So we would just like to remind you, if you're interested in more information, they can go to joinallofus.org/50forward, and there you can find more information on the program. There's videos you can watch, articles you can read. You know, right now we're being called to stay safe and socially distant. You know, a lot of people are at home. So maybe this is something you want to check out. If you've got a computer or a phone or a smart device, just hop online and go to that website at joinallofus.org and see if the program speaks to you. And from that, they can enroll there.
Right.
You know, that's you can enroll from the website and do it all on your own. You don't even need us. But once 50Forward does open again, when our centers are able to safely reopen, we do provide technical assistance. So that's important to mention. If you are out there and you're not comfortable with the technology for the online enrollment, that is something 50Forward does offer once our centers are back open. So I think that's it. I think we've survived being outdoors in the park. No squirrels fell. So we just want to thank you all for tuning in today to our All of Us Online Cafe. I've had a great time being with you, Vera.
Indeed.
So nice talking with you, as always. And everyone, stay safe out there. Join us for our next All of Us Online Cafe. It'll be August 31st. So stay tuned for that one. And we're going to sign off if we can. I might have to hit my button over here.